Greetings, everybody. Welcome back to Motorsport Manager. 7th year, first year at the top flight of the Endurance Series, and we are at the midpoint for Yokohama, the halfway point of the year. And frankly, this is a must-win. There's no other way around it. If we want to compete for the title at the end of the year, we need to bounce back from a rough showing last time in Munich and get right back into this. Now, I did a couple thoughts on the strategy I was using. I want to keep the driver split the way it is. Not sure if it's for the best or the worst, but I'm going to stick with it regardless. But towards the end of the last race, when I had some extra energy left and I wasn't going to use it all for hybrid, I should have used some of it for the power boost. That might have gotten us position or two. So I want to watch that, be a little bit more careful on that, probably slow down the race at the end, unless there's a big gap, like a 20-second or so gap between my cars and the others. Possible we didn't need to lose quite as many positions as we did there at the end of what looked like was going to be a decent race until the bad finish. So that's how I'm going to approach this. So let's get to what we're looking at here. 12 hours, Eurosport. And we're not going to worry too much about additional drivers. Pit crew. Nothing too interesting there. It was all mistake-free. And let's take a look at who else we might be able to bring in. Tire person at 86. No refueling, but we're still going to jump all over that. And I don't think we want these, but it might be worth keeping those guys around. 18 on the front, 19 on the rear. Okay, so let's see who needs to be taken out. Yeah, we're going to swap you around. I think we still want to stick with Burho out there. And for the front jack, I thought we had a better backup than that. Definitely want to switch you out. Bring in our new person here. And yeah, Wood'll be the best for that other spot. But I don't like not having a good backup on the front jack. So let's see. We don't need it this time. We can always bring in Ponset later if it's necessary. I don't think there's any reason to make that move now. Okay, so we're number 2 behind Jackie Chan, now with our pit crew. Okay, so there's our repairs, and Yokohama is a good race for us in terms of the parts, which is one reason why we really need to win this one. We've got brakes, nose, and suspension. Brakes and suspension are spec. And the nose, the one that isn't spec, we're really strong on. So this should be as good as any race is going to be for us, parts-wise, the rest of the way. And let's see, what do we want to... You know, I don't think we want you out there. We'll just pop the slightest bit of effort into this, but I really want to keep hammering on the nose and the gearbox here and boost those parts as close to max as we can. And soon we're going to get that new part in. There it is. And okay, it's time for the new vote. Do we want semi-sequential pit stops? Probably. See how much voting power we have. We have 5. It will not benefit teams with high budgets. You know what? I'm going to go for it, but I'm only going to put 1 vote in favor. That way, if it, we're not spending a bunch on this. And it looks like it's going to be soundly defeated. Oh well. Rejected. Wasn't that important anyway. Who is next? Making suspension systems a developed part. And then changing the practice sessions to a lower length. And I don't think I like either one of those. I'll probably vote against the suspensions being developed, just so we can focus in on the other parts for next year if that becomes a thing. I haven't been using this little click-through, but that's a nice option for it. So there's our rear wing, and I believe we need to get one more. If I'm not mistaken, it starts at 0 reliability. So we had those two. We grabbed this one last time. But then I think we wanted these two. Yeah, and I can't grab these two without having one of these. So I could go there. And then I could go here next time. Actually, no. Let's do this. But then, you know, adding even more to it. Or I could go all the way up here. But I don't want... I actually don't find any of these that attractive. This one's great for this year, but not really building for the future because it only gives it during the race. But I definitely want that one. I don't know if it'll be worth doing another one. We'll see. In either case, we will switch you out and start doing that little bit on this one. We'll just see how high that goes. You know, I could push more for getting one of these out there. Let's see what the comparison is. It's not a huge gap yet. Kind of a tough call, but I really think right now I just want to keep putting the effort into getting these closer to maxed, and then probably after this next race, then start working at getting rear wings out there for sure. I think that's the right move. We'll see. I'm not sure on this. So let's move this along. It's about my other half. I know she's not perfect, but at my age, start settling for what I can get. Do you think I should marry her? Oh, dear. It doesn't sound like he's sold on it. I'm not going to advise him to marry somebody when he's not sure if it's the right thing. So, I don't know what this is going to do to his driving, but that's the way I'm going with it. Let's see what we have here. 11 weeks. Morale is down, but it's not going to hurt. Okay. Everything else. And also, he's going to get rid of this house fire problem by the next race, which is going to boost him back up to where he was ability-wise. So that should help us. Moving on from that nonsense. Okay, we've got our new rear wing. This one's quite a bit better, and now what I'm going to do is see what our... And again, the gearbox, we don't have jack for that, so I'm trying to really max out these other options. And yeah, I think I like going with this one. Almost $2 million, but we're going to spend it. Okay, so now what that means is we're not going to want that one. This is the first one that we're going to want to use, and then we're going to want to get the other one in there as well once it is finished. So like after this race, maybe we switch over to boosting the reliability on this one and then switch into the other wing after that. I think that works pretty well for us. And we've closed up some of the gap in terms of what we can improve on these parts. Not all of it, but a good amount of it is going to be done by the race. I think that plan is as good as anything, and our money is, you know, going down, but we're still going all in on trying to win this year. Nope. We are absolutely not going to choose a vote. And we're on to Yokohama here in a moment. Pretty short track, likely to be some rain. Front wings are the key part, which is even better. Pretty good track for tire wear. And the lead designer wants better drivers. Zane Goddard has a cold. That's not good. For a week, he's got -1 everything. So that's going to hurt us. We're expected to finish around 5th. Yeah, we better do a lot better than that. And our car has moved up from 5th to 4th, so that's something. Getting a lot closer. And I think we're now that we're here, we're going to switch to putting everything into the rear wing, which is still in the red zone area. There's no new parts that we can put out there. We got the gearboxes up a bit, but mainly the noses are up. Gearbox still sucks. Nose is, oh, it's only number 2. It's behind Toyota. That's not good. We could still struggle here, but we did put some good work into it, so what else are we going to do? And then the rear wings are going to gradually be improving. No more sponsor decisions. So it's going to be in the mid-20s. Probably going to go with mediums here. We will see. But I'm going to assume, nope. Had it right the first time. 7 and 7. And what do we say? 7th and 5th. So that's a lot better than we've been looking at. Still not super. Middle of the pack, we got to rely on our strategy to get us the rest of the way there. So let's see if we can make this happen. It's time to get going here in Yokohama and seeing if we can get this done or not. We've got our wonderful flags waving over here in the stands. And sort of full disclosure here, this is actually my second run through of this. The first attempt failed because of the rain situation. I thought it would get wet soon enough to make it going out with inters first a better idea, and I was wrong. But it's definitely going to rain right away, so we're going to switch to soft tires. We had a really good setup, 99, 98%. We got car number 1 on the pole in qualifying, which was half rain and half dry temperatures. Car number 2 fell back right at the very end of things. I'm still not really confident in what our total pace is, but mediums are the right tires for this. As you can see, we've got softs that we're going to go out with first because we're going to have to come in with a short stint for inters. And then, you know, the mediums here run a little bit longer than we need, but the softs wouldn't be nearly enough. So the mediums ended up being the right option. And the big question here is fuel, and I'm going to drop this all the way down to 15 from the starting 61. And that's just because this first stint is going to be short, And there's really no two ways about it. So we're going to have an extra stint this race. It would appear that that is not even really an option for us to avoid. And I'm not sure if that's the right amount of fuel, but I'm trying to strike a balance between having enough to get through this first stint and then also coming in for more later, having to do the refueling. So let's see how this plays out. We got Mueller with 8, and then 6 and 4 for Goddard, who will use as little as possible due to him being ill. And then, yeah, not looking too good for this team. Now, the Toyota teams finished all the way down at the bottom in qualifying, and I think that's simply because I don't think they ever got a full set of dry tire runs for both their drivers. But Jackie Chan is up here in 2nd and 3rd. And so it's looking like they're probably going to be the stronger opponent, but we'll see. SMP's got a couple fast drivers in here. Let's have to see how this transpires. There we go, Mueller on the pole. If we stay in our starting positions, we'll even with Jackie Chan. We're going to hope to do a little bit better than that. And here we go. Let's see how things start off. Can we hold our position against the two Jackie Chan drivers, who are probably going to be driving more aggressively than us, but our tire temperature is going to go up fast. So I still want to stick neutral. Looking pretty good right now, and Castelli up. So I think that we did better than everybody else at limiting our fuel. Now, it only works if we have enough. Wow. Crash at the end of the first lap of the race. And that was one of the competing teams, in fact. Let's see, which one? United Auto Sports. Unfortunately, well, I hate to wish bad things on anybody, but it would have been nice if that was one of our top competitors that got knocked out. No such simple luck. And Mueller will be entering fired up mode soon, and we're not actually increasing the temperature on the tires as much as I thought we were. Or thought we would, rather. Now, based on the experience from the first run, which I had been in halfway through the race, I think what we're going to be looking at here is maybe half an hour at most until we want to come in for inters. And I don't even think it'll be that long. But nonetheless, you can see, like, I mean, being in 1st and 5th is definitely better than we were predicted. 5th and 7th, I believe it was. So we're looking very good right now. I think I found the right answer to get us off to a good start in this race, and now I have to not screw it up. Castelli up to 4th, possibly moving up further. We've already used half of our fuel. We'll use some of the hybrid if we have to extend. Well, there we go. Didn't even take that long. Okay, so we're going to slow down. And let's see. We're going to go with Castelli first. So yeah, real short stop here. Who do I want to go with next? It's going to be a full inters stint. So, because Ludwig is, well, I'm going to go with Negrao. He's going to go crazy with whatever he wants to do during his fired up area, but I'm still going to go that direction. So we're going to grab a fresh set of inters. And then how much fuel? And based on what I was seeing before, the math on this, I think, is going to put, we're going to put you at about 35. Just go a hair lower for the others. The other thing I was thinking about is pit strategy. So we're going to pit 6 times. If I leave it at balance, we're going to have an average of 1 mistake per team. It's going to lower the stamina for whoever screws it up for the rest of the year. We'll have to take them off a significant amount. If we do it here, there's basically a 1 in 5, 1 in 6 chance of getting a mistake. But then the 5, well, it's actually 5 pit stops, not 6. Okay, so be an 80% versus 15% chance. This is going to cost us 15 seconds over the course of the race. The average screw-up is probably less than that. Now, going fast gives you 4 additional seconds, but... So I think I'm going to switch to going to balanced on my pit stops and take a little bit more risk. It's a tough call. You could argue in favor of fast as far as that goes, but I just don't think we can afford the time from switching to safe. And I'm not sure about this. This is sort of an iffy call here. And you know what? Let's go push, or actually attack at this point. So Mueller's going to sit down for a bit. I think I want Van Hoer next. Be a little bit more cautious here on the fuel, 32 and change. Once again, we will go balanced on the pit stop. Okay, let's see how the first one goes. We are switching to Negrau, who unfortunately is now down to 3.9. And the other thing is, if we're in a great position later in the race, I'll switch back to safe. Mueller switching to Van Hoer. No mistakes on the first couple stops, so we get away with it. And we can't change what Negrau is doing. We're still saving up hybrid energy. We are 10th and 11th. The last cars out there still active. But the others are out there on soft tires, which is not necessarily to their benefit, although they are still speeding away from us, which is unfortunate. Perhaps our driver's a little bit early in getting out there, and yes, Negrau, you are definitely going a little nuts there. Let's just speed this up as we go through here. And we're going to need to go down to conserve now on those tires. Hybrid mode. And a bunch of drivers coming into the pits not long after us. Let's see how that ends up. Well, Van Hoer staying well ahead of them. Grau just waiting for him to pop out of that fired up area. Almost 20 minutes, 20 minutes now. Van Hoer in first by 13 seconds, so I'm not feeling bad about that at all. Medium, conserve. And now we speed up again. I think we're losing some of that lead, but still, the lead is ours. And actually, yeah, we got the top 2 spots now. 15 seconds. So let's say we're able to hold this. We'd easily win the race. Maximum points. We would be way ahead of Toyota, and we would have leaped back in front of Jackie Chan by a small amount there, second this race. But we can't do anything about making them worse. So obviously that would be a wildly successful go at Yokohama. Still very much an open question whether we can hold that and make it stick. It's definitely going to be our goal. Take a look at our weather. It's going to keep getting warmer, which means more time spent on conserve. And we're getting to the peak water soon. Peak wetness on the track before the rain will not be able to make it go up any further. The main thing I really want to watch here is just see where the fuel's at. See if this is roughly the right amount. I want to get each of these drivers pretty much a full stint, not more than that. And then come in and see where we are at that point. Let's go back up to neutral. Switch that back on for Negrao once we roughly equalize our tires. Yeah, 25 seconds. This is working very well. And first time they outsmarted me, but once I understood the weather better, and again, I think the display here really makes that difficult because of how many bars there are, how close together, to see exactly how long that's going to be. It's much easier in the shorter races. Let's go hybrid and neutral. About half an hour now. A little bit less on this stint. And we're just past the peak point now, but it looks going to keep getting warmer, going to keep getting more rain falling, so we're not going to have it go away. I'm surprised that Negrao is actually hanging this close. Not complaining for sure, just surprised. Okay, I'm going to back off to conserve here. And we went hybrid for much longer than I intended. Neither driver driving particularly well either, so it's excellent that we're able to have a good lead while doing that. Lead's been holding it just under 30 seconds now for some while, from first to third. I think I want to stick in that 30 to 35 laps of fuel range. It's looking like that's going to be about right. Back on hybrid. All right, let's slow this down a bit now for the end of this stint. We're probably down enough that we want to go back to neutral. I'm probably going to have to use a little bit extra here, so I probably want to go back up to 35. A little bit extra hybrid here for Van Hoor. So I'm going to want to go back up to probably 35 laps of fuel. I don't want to be cutting this too low. Although he had to gain some more hybrid, so maybe I want to keep it there. We'll see. And that's probably low enough to knock you down. Got a little bit more fuel over here with Negrao. I'm going to say one more lap for Negrao and 2 for Van Hoor if I can stretch the fuel, and I think I can. All right. I could go back to Kesthelyi. I almost want to. Yeah, I'm going to hope that, because she's driving well, I'm going to hope that Ludwig does something better than what he's doing now later on in the race. Just check our weather. Looks like the rain's going to continue. Yep, it's going to pop back up there. So we definitely want to keep on this. And oh my, talk about close. $33 laps. We'll have plenty of charge in the battery, so that still should be good. And you know what? Since we have a good lead now, I'm going to switch to safe. Van Hoor is pretty much going to want to stay on the hybrid. Otherwise, he won't have enough fuel to do what I need him to do. And I'm going to give them a couple more laps of fuel on the next time. So do I want to go to Goddard? Or do I want to go to Mueller? Again, I could go either way. I think I'm just going to give Goddard the run here. Get his stint. Well, do I really want to do that? I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to go with Mueller. Nope, going back. I'm not sure which way is best. So yeah, we'll go there. A little bit more fuel this time. We'll keep it safe. Why does it say only 36 seconds? Just thought it would be a little bit longer than that. Okay. All right, you're right where we want you. And now let's get this other pit stop going. Did I not change? I didn't change tires, that's why. And there's a fire. Unbelievable. I did turn on safe. Retired. Well, that's super. Car number 1 is toast. That is just all categories of awesome. So either car number 2... Yeah, whoever did that, I'm probably going to have to fire them. Okay, we're maxed out here. Even if we win the race with this driver, we're still going to have trouble with beating Jackie Chan for the Ugh. That's the kind of break that I just could not afford. Just flat out could not afford it. Okay, well, we're going to speed up. Only got one car to concern ourselves with. The others will have to pit, and then we'll see where we really are, but... Goodness. This is really going to put us up against it for the rest of the year. This is the kind of thing that could cost us the championship for sure. Down to 7th. So yeah, we're going to get no points from car number 1. Wonder if Zane Goddard is just cursed right now. Because first he gets sick, and then while he's getting into the car for the first time, it catches on fire. Up to 4th. Now 3rd with another pit. So we need to get everything we can, and thankfully Castelli is driving at 8.7. Need to get everything we can out of this car. If we can win the race with car number 2, then maybe we still give ourselves a shot at this season. This could have been a runaway success, and then all of a sudden it wasn't. First fire I've ever had on this game. Up to 1st. Let's see what kind of lead it's going to be. Up. Oh. 8.8 now. Yeah, 30-second lead. So I think we go safe. Continue to go safe with Castellian. We had safe pits on for that fire, for goodness sake. The rain's going to go back up. That's going to be fun. Nonetheless, our lead is extending itself, even though we're going conserve at the moment. So I think I just keep going with what I'm doing right now. And let's switch back up to neutral here. Form's slipping a little bit, but still good. We do seem to be outperforming the competition. Which is why it's so stinking annoying what happened to our number 1 car. Now over a third of the way through the race, 40-second lead. Yeah, and that tire temp's getting pretty high. I think we did too much fuel, possibly. Let's wait and see. Now, of course, one of the things here is she started off this stint with about 15 minutes in the car. So how far do we push it? Oh, there's a dry period coming up. All right, let me pause this. Can we get there? Or do we stop now? Because it's probably about another 50 minutes or so. There's no way we're going to make that on this run. So I think we have to stop, which means we're going to want to do it soon. Let's go back to neutral. I want to stop her when she's about at that 112 mark. So after this lap. Ludwig still isn't ready, but I got to put him out there. Now, how much are we going to get? And I don't know how much he's going to need. I'm going to go with... We're going to stay on the safe side. Go with about that much fuel. Yep, I think that's everything. Let's go ahead and save the hybrid, burn the fuel. "42 seconds. So we'll drop out of the lead, but shouldn't be by too much. 2.1. Ludwig. You're killing me, Ludwig. And we're in third. Wonder if we'll even get to his, faster zone there. In any case, let's just see how this goes. Have to imagine that they're all going to have to stop again here soon. Or not soon, but before. If they don't have to stop on these sets of tires, we're going to be in trouble. Oh, Ludwig picking up the pace. That's nice to see. Back to conserve. Three 3.0 is not great, but it's better than what he was looking when he came out here. Use extra hybrid if we have to. I don't know if I have too much fuel, not enough, where all of that's going to eventually land me. Still slightly edging up the form. We seem to be holding about the same distance behind the others. Rain is still here, but it's going to go away fairly soon. Yeah, that's a pretty sharp drop. Now, one of the nice things is we will actually be able to get onto medium tires, which is what we focused on going into this race. There was no water to even practice with in the practice session. So I couldn't have prepared for that even if I'd wanted to. I want to stay pretty close. I don't want to go below half on the tires. We are fading some, looks like. They're in fired up though, while our tires are fresher. Question is, who has to pit to get new inters before the actual switchover? Looks like we're pretty stable on conserve here, so I'm going to go up to neutral and just use what I can. Now we're starting to catch up some distance. And about there, I think. And there's a, boy, yeah, these cars going in onto hard tires. Others going in. We're up to second. So it looks like a couple of them managed to leg this out and do less pit stops than us, which is really going to hurt. So that lead we had is still, up to a point, evaporated. Okay, go back to neutral. Temperature going down? Nope. Probably it's not burning them up as much because the temperature on the track is going down. Let's slow this up. I think I want to stay in neutral for now. I did get pretty close to the right amount of fuel. Yep, okay, there we go. Now we're coming in. And they just did. So they timed it right. That's unfortunate. Okay, so we're still in trouble here in terms of winning this. Boy, Castelli almost healed, and she's looking really good. Ludwig will have to come back out here later. See, neither Negrao or Castelli can afford now a really long stint. I think the difference between 91 and 93 is not that much. So I'm just going to go with Castelli and get what we can out of her while she's driving well. Go there. Yep, we have enough charge in the battery. We should be able to make that work. And I don't think I can go safe here. It's a risk. But I don't think we're going to... We have to win this race, and we're not going to do it without taking some chances, I don't think. Okay, a quick mistake on the rear jack, but it didn't last long. And everything else is fine. Yeah, it was basically a 2-second mistake, so that cost us less than it would have if we'd gone safe. And we're out in second, right behind them. And who was that? Jackie Chan. Okay. So that's the race right there, those 2 seconds. And if we switch this up, we still probably lose ground to them, but not nearly as much. Right now, even with the one driver out there, we are gaining enough to just get past Toyota, but there's no points for getting second over third. We need to lose a minimal amount, and we're still, no matter what happens, we're going to be behind Jackie Chan a significant amount going to the last few races. But, you know, we're just going to have to take it a race at a time and get everything. Oh, boy. Almost had the pass. Looking for it here. Boy, this is tense. I'm going to speed it up, but... Another crash. That was Class B, though. Not going to affect us. We're right behind them. There's still some water on the track. Our tires appear to be a little bit better than theirs. We're fired up. They're not, but they're using their power boost. Okay, back to conserve. And now we're losing time to them. Okay, so they take it for now. Even with Castelli driving 9.2. But if we can stay close, maybe we can make this happen later. We'll see. 2.5 hours to go. Castelli has almost an hour left in the car. And let's take a look at... Ludwig is up to 6, so that's something. McGraw's at 5. Ludwig stays that strong, we probably give him the next stint. Oh my goodness. Cannot let those things happen. Cannot. Only a couple seconds behind and charging now. And then they pull away again. But clearly it's a two-way race now. Between us and Jackie Chan, DC's top car. You never know when somebody might have to repair or mess something else up. Back to conserve. We had closed in on him again there for a moment, but we could not get by. Yep, we're going to be fine. Carry on. Down to 8.1, so the driving not quite as good. But we're charging once more, even on conserve. There we go. Go back to neutral. Temperature is going to dip a little bit here. Coming up on them again. Less than a second, and they're using a speed burst. It's one heck of a long speed burst. They must have had a bunch of energy saved up. But the bottom line is, once again, they're able to hold us off. They have less battery now than we do. We're driving better, but unable to get by. "20 minutes left on this stint." Go neutral. Up to 9.0, less than 2 seconds gap. We had it there for a moment. They went into fired up and boosted their engine, and bad things happening to us again. And now the gap is larger than ever. Arg. 10 minutes. Well, right now, I just want to close the gap down. So frustrating because we got so close multiple times, and this is a must win. If we don't get to first in this race, the championship's going to be all but out of our grasp. We're literally lapping everybody else. What, already? Why on earth is the suspension that bad? Okay, we got to slow this down. Because Thelia's going to go around one more time and then pit. But we've got a problem. I have no idea why the suspension's that bad, but we're not going to make another hour and a half on that. Now, do we want to do one full-size medium and then one shorter stint on softs? I don't think I do. I don't think the softs are enough faster to make up for the 15% bonus increase. Okay, so we're going to swap out. Go to Ludwig. And let's see. He'd get really tired, but I wonder if he can just finish the race. 11:30. Yeah, he would have just enough time to finish the race. Is that what I want? Now I'd have to give him some extra fuel. Let's see how much extra. I think another 10 laps would do it. So if we went up to 40... Let's make it 43. Goodness, that's going to take forever. Do I have a choice, though? I mean, everything... This is bad, too. I mean, they all started with good amounts. I don't understand why they're down this far. It's going to be a 53-second stop normally. I definitely want to go... Yeah, balanced. Yeah. That's going to improve it by... Take 40 seconds longer. if I try to just ride it out? I think I've got to try to go for it, just try to ride it out, and I don't think my chances of making it are good, but chances if I don't are even worse. Well, Ludwig, everything's on you now. And it might even be too much fuel because at a certain point I'm probably going to need to go conserve. I mean, I don't know how the tires are going to react to this. I definitely want to keep the tire wear as low as possible. I don't know if I have quite enough tires to go that far. It's going to be up and down temperature-wise. It's going to gradually get faster track. I'm just going to have to play this out and see what happens. It's sort of a desperate try here, but I think it's the only real option that we've got. And they're going for it too because they went to hards. So both of us are trying to make this our last stop of the race. This is one of the longest shots I've ever played. 16 seconds behind. And we really have no choice but to conserve the snot out of the tires. I'm just hoping those parts don't drop again anytime soon. I'm not sure. I mean, we're 15 seconds back, and we've got to find a way back in this. Somehow. We're not catching them right now. But, you know, fuel-wise, I don't know what our fuel is compared to theirs. I don't think it tells me. Great. Suspension just dropped again. 16%. But yeah, I have their tires are at 72%. They're riding their tires pretty hard. Got to make it over an hour on bad parts. I just don't know. Got to go back up to neutral on the tires. And I just feel like we're sort of caught between a rock and a hard place here, because if I back off on the car, we're not going to have any chance of catching them. I don't know if we have a chance now. And if I don't, then we're going to fry the car. Yeah, we're just not catching them. Back to conserve. Save the tires. I feel like the only way we have a chance here is if they have to pit. Oh yeah. Okay, we're going low. And even that may not be enough, but I don't see another option. Just gonna try to grind it out. And we're either going to make it through barely with these parts or we're not. And if they don't have to pit, then they're going to beat us. It's just where it is. But given when we both came in, I think their odds of having to come in are high. So tires are down to 42%. So this is essentially the one card, the only real chance we have. 8 and 10%. Jorg has retired for mechanical issues, not in our competition. Hybrid. Half an hour more. I can see us. Oh, they did pit. And now we've got the speed boost. Okay, so that's all nice. If the car survives, we've got this. Half an hour to go. I need the car to survive. 20 seconds. I don't care about your spare fuel. I really don't. I care about whether your car falls apart. Meanwhile, I think they might be catching us, but you know, I don't even care. I can't care about that anyway. That's not a controllable. If we hold this, you have lots of issues. 0 and 0. Okay, yeah, it's going to blow up. Doggone it. Okay, so that didn't work. So what? We pit for Negrao? Repair both of the parts because we have no choice? See how crappy our finish ends up being? Oh, I think we can probably kiss this season goodbye. Let's risk it. Go with the fast time. Save 9 seconds. We're switching to Negrao. What's our tires? Let's switch to a set of softs. Give us more speed. Fuel. I don't think we need that much. That might be a little low. Take it down to 10. I don't think we need that. Ugh, what a disaster. I seriously want to see what the maximum reliability is on those parts. Because 90% has never not been enough until now. Yeah, we're down to 6th with all that repairing. Complete, unmitigated disaster here in Yokohama. Yeah, we're not passing anybody. We're going to finish 6th. Look at that. It's pretty much over. Ugh, ugh, ugh. Yeah, of course you're not still taking any orders from me. Nose condition low? For Pete's sake. Yeah. What an epic disaster. Finish 6th. You might have been okay with it. I'm not. Okay. Key thing here is, what do we learn from this? 1, fires are bad. Unfortunately not controllable. I like the fact that random things like that happen. I do. But it sure hurts the team. And, okay, so we're 46 points behind with 4 races to go. It's not impossible to make up that much ground. It's very unlikely. I'm not throwing in the towel on this season yet, but everything would have to go perfectly for us the rest of the way, and I'm going to say that's unlikely. We come in 5th. First time in a long time missing expectations. Marketability still went up. Okay. Mostly drove well on first car. Second car, decent. Castelli did well. The other two did okay. Negrau? What on earth? So, yeah, he took a big hit. We'll have to see why that is. Got some more money in. Okay, so I want to see, first of all, where we are at with the reliability. Because it was the suspension, yeah, 91%. The only thing I can think of, brakes were, I mean, if I'd had them at 100 to start, then I could have gotten through by driving a little careful at the end, probably. Yeah, I could have. Okay, so I want to move everything up to 100% for endurance. That's, I mean, it hasn't been a problem up to this point, but you got to get the cars, the parts that are going to last the whole race. So that's one. And yeah, any other small thing that goes wrong means we'll just be moving our focus to next year. It's still possible in a long shot. I also want to take a look at our rules. Do we get double points for the last race of the year? Because I do not remember that. We do. Okay. So if we do well in the next 3 races, we could still bounce back to within striking range for the final race and have a chance there. That's still a possibility. But it's really not looking good for us right now. Well, if there's any chance of pulling this out of the fire, literally, it's going to happen in Vancouver, is where the comeback will begin. But right now, it's looking like Jackie Chan's going to take it, and we're going to have to go through another year of this. We'll start seeing which way that's going to go next time. Till then, thanks for watching. What a debacle this was, but Motorsport Manager will continue regardless.